Alright, good morning. We're talking about the criminalization of poverty. We're talking about Malcolm X and how the Democrats been enslaving the black community in Baltimore City and Baltimore County. I'm an independent filmmaker and a documentaire. I'm a political activist, and right now I'm a political prisoner living in exile in my own country. I'm a political prisoner living in exile in my own country. Alright? Just like Arab Spring, I'll use social media to get the message out. Just like Arab Spring, I'm using social media to wake up the country. That's Facebook, that's Gmails, that's Twitter, that's Netflix. My end game is to send this material to get Netflix. And to send this material to Netflix, I'm gonna use Starbucks to do it, because I've been doing this in Starbucks for the last 10 years. Alright? For the last 10 years. Alright? Jack Young. You see that? Neighborhood liaison. These are the things that I do in the community, in the neighborhood. You feel me? And I show it every day. They call it the good in the hood, the good across Baltimore. But right now we're talking about prisoners' rights. We're talking about the criminalization of poverty. We're talking about giving our ex-felons a right to vote. We're talking about the criminalization of poverty and giving ex-felons the right to vote. You feel me? Like I said, I've been doing this documentary since 2006. The state of Maryland took my truck, my computer, and all my material exposing the corruption and racism in your courts in Baltimore City and Towson. Collateral consequences of a criminal record. That's Chief Public Defender Jerome Joyce, all right? Insurance Incorporated, because my business was insured. I was insured. That's the state of Maryland. All right, intellectual property, movie material. All right, all right. Dwayne Shorty Davis, 37 pages. All right, constitutional. All right, and that's what we use in the Constitution. Right here. I was at the event the other day and I talked about filing a lawsuit. We're talking about constitutional law. And like I said, I've been doing this at Starbucks. So I'm gonna submit this to Starbucks. And the real news know about this, but the real news ain't told you about this. Stephen Janice been knowing about this. Paul J been knowing about this. All right. They had full knowledge of everything that I'm doing. But the real news, Eddie Conway knew about it. All right, you knew about this. Talking about the criminalization of poverty by taking our trucks, our ways and means of transportation. You feel me? You took my truck. This was what was returned to me. All right. You returned the toilet. You didn't return my truck or my property. Feel me? That's 2011. It's 2018 and I still ain't got my property back. This was court order, 2011. Judge Turnbull. See that? Pay attention. Judge Turnbull. Judge Sauter. And this is what you took from me. The state of Maryland. The 13th day of September, 2011. The entire contents of the vehicle. You feel me? See that? Registered to Dwayne Davis, a 1999 Chevy Suburban. So we filed this criminal case here in Baltimore County, and I'm showing you that I don't get due process or equal protections. I am Dred Scott. Blacks have no rights in Baltimore County, which Baltimore County respects. Through the courts, through the police department, through their politics. That's the case right there. All right, crime and victim, because you stole my property and I filed criminal charges against the state. Get all letters, all right, Sam's Club. You feel me? And the FBI. All right. Get it from WOLB. All right. Radio 1 got this. Larry Young has this. You feel me? Fox 45 had this. Get all letters and emails. Because like I said, I'm potty training politicians. It's collateral damage. It's the criminalization of poverty. All right. Now Karen York and GOP Carter and Christopher Williams known me for the longest when I come down to Annapolis, and I've been scaring the shit out of people because I was talking about filing a class action lawsuit. To file a class action lawsuit, I spoke to the constitutional people at the event the other day. All right. So we're gonna file a class action lawsuit. I need one researcher and 3 lawyers to file this lawsuit. The evidence is in the Department of Justice hands right now as we speak, been sitting there. And Brian Frost has the same information, and he's had it since 2016. So they've been shielding this for Brian Frost been shielding this since he was a senator. You feel me? Richard McFeely, the FBI, 2011. You see that? 2011. 2011. It was my truck. You feel me? 365 1-hour videos. Facebook. Dwayne G. Davis, Shorty. And you see that? That's my lawyer, attorney-client privilege, at the request of Thomas Saunders. I fired my lawyer and defended myself because my lawyer wanted me to plead guilty to something I didn't do. And that's something that the real news ain't gonna tell you. We're talking about criminalization of poverty. This is me. I'm a whistleblower. I'm a whistleblower on the prison industry. You feel me? I'm a whistleblower on the prison industry. And President Obama asked for an investigation. Al Redmer has the material to prove it. The Department of Justice has the material to prove it. Judge Bennett has the material to prove it. Marilyn Mosby has the material to prove it, and has this since 2014. Those dirty cops that y'all caught, dog, I turned those dirty cops in 2010 to the FBI. That's Peter Francock, because we showing about the money and the corruption in the courts and the prison industry with mass incarceration. Like I said, I got my ducks lined up. And I'm using Starbucks to get this message out, because Starbucks is dealing with racism and racial issues. When we talking about justice in America, you feel me? So I filed a $2.5 billion class action lawsuit, and y'all locked me up. I'm gonna talk about Take on America. Shorty, considering the federal case against Scott Shellenberger and his history of abuses of power in his office, would you be willing to let the Department of Justice criminally charge his office in the courts in Baltimore County? I'm a whistleblower. I'm a whistleblower. I'm a whistleblower. I'm a whistleblower. And I blew the whistle on Scott Shellenberger in the courts. It goes the tapes to President Obama. That's Shorty, the video vigilante. Got a story called Shorty. And I gave it to President Obama. President Obama asked for an investigation in 2008. Here goes the part of the investigation. FBI got this, ABC got this, CBS got this, Jane Miller got this, Stephen Janis has this, Paul J has this. You feel me? Judge Boris got it, and Judge Turnbull got it. I don't want it to be no misunderstanding about nothing that I do, because like I said, I'm submitting all this to Starbucks. I'm submitting it to Starbucks, and I'm going to submit it to Netflix. We're going to show all the emails. All right? I'm going to show all the emails. Public notice, Al Redmer, Brian Frost, Peter Francock, Governor Hogan, I am Dred Scott. I am Dred Scott. Blacks have no rights in which white America respects. You feel me? We're going to show all these emails. I'm going to put it all on film and send it to Starbucks and send it to Take on America. You feel me? A $2.5 billion class action lawsuit about mass incarceration in your prison industry. You feel me? That's what my end game was. You feel me? A class action lawsuit, because I'm gonna go after your money. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation cotton for cocaine, and we still a cash crop. See, this is the Karen. All right. Recorded phone call to the public defender John Bailey, case number. Because like I said, it's the criminalization of poverty. You illegally incarcerated me in 2 states to keep me from making a movie and a documentary about your politics and your war on drugs. Letters design. All right, get all letters. There goes the movie releases. If you go to www.YouTube, Shorty's Voice, look at the first 5 videos. The first 5 videos proves I was making a movie, shows you I was making a movie. And the movie was about our media, the Baltimore Sun, Brent Jones, ABC, NBC. It's how you use your media to demonize black people. You feel me? You use your media. It's one of the tools that you use. Like I said, that's President Obama. It's a Shorty documentary. That's President Obama, 2009. You feel me? 2009. President Obama. So when I said I was doing a movie and a documentary, yes I am, yes I am, yes I am. www.shorty, YouTube. Lake County Board, because this shows the corruption in the Lake County Board, how they protect the corruption in Lake County, Illinois. They protect the racism in Lake County, Illinois. And you got black faces that do it. See the date? I don't want no misunderstandings, because like I said, it's a Rob Fix Shorty production. State of Maryland Compliance Department. You feel me? These are the movie releases. And these movie releases are the signatures that match the forged checks while I was locked up in Illinois. These movie releases are the signatures that match the forged checks and the false charges that they put on against me in Maryland. You feel me? That's James Hammond. That's my landlord. My landlord wrote an illegal lease to my son while I was locked up in the state of Illinois. I was a vulnerable individual. You understand? I was locked up. The store should have been closed. When they wrote the lease for February the 2nd, 2008, that released me of all financial responsibilities of the property. That means that you shouldn't have been writing checks on my account or accepting forged checks. James Hammond participated in the fraud. Scott Shellenberger participated in the fraud. Judge Turnbull, Judge Souder, Judge Papaya. All right? I'm naming them because I want a federal investigation into your courts and your relationships to your corruption in your politics. That's Hazel Norman. That was the lady that said that her boss is an asshole. Because I'm going to show you the tape about the toilets. The toilets was nothing but props for the movie. Props for the movie. And we had the toilet inside my store. That's Judge Foreman, because I wanted to show the corruption in Judge Foreman, Judge Boris, Judge Rossetti, Judge Hall, the corruption in Lake County, Judge Bridges. Judge Bridges was one of my arresting officers in 1986. So Judge Bridges was part of my arrest in 1986. Judge Bridges couldn't have been my judge for my case. Judge Bridges was a lieutenant in the Waukegan Police Department. Judge Foreman was a state's attorney. Judge Foreman was a state's attorney. Judge Foreman was also worked for the Department of Justice. You feel me? So I'm gonna show you the shielding in your courts and how you manipulated it through your Department of Justice and everything. We got a history, like I said, the power of a camera. That's Jake Davis. That's forged signatures. That signature matched those forged checks. And Francott won't audit. That signature matched the forged checks. I need an audit from Francott, and Redmer knows about this. All right, and the Department of Justice, because this is money going across state lines. These are federal offenses, and Judge Bennett got it too. I don't want nobody left out the loop. It's a Shorty documentary. I was cooking you up because I'm a caterer, and my end game is the Supreme Court. You feel me? My end game is the Supreme Court. Because we're going to put probity on trial. My end game is the Supreme Court. When I started this, I told you I wanted to go to the Supreme Court. Like Dred Scott, I want to show you that blacks have no rights. Like Dred Scott, I want to show you that we property. Like Dred Scott, I'm showing you that it exists. Chief Justice Towney was the judge from Maryland that gave the decision about Dred Scott. We're going to talk about Dred Scott, we're going to talk about Willie Lynch, and we're going to talk about Governor Hogan's role that he plays in this. I'm a caterer. I know where Governor Hogan's money come from. I know how he raises money, where he raises money. You can contact Bart Mitchell. You can contact Kendall Ehrlich. You can contact Bob Ehrlich. I raise money for y'all. I catered at the events. I know the conversations. Michael Steele. You feel me? Now, Jane Miller been knowing about this since 2008. Jane Miller been knowing about this. Mike Shue been knowing about this. Your TV station's been shielding the corruption, and your TV station's been shielding the political relationships that y'all have because y'all get paid to lock black people up. You have a relationship with ALEC, the prison corporation, and that's what the movie was about. You feel me? Don't hate the player, hate the game. You got mad because I use a toilet. A toilet represent the prison industry. If I go to jail, I got to share that toilet with an inmate. You feel me? That's why we're trying to override the veto. We overrode the veto so we can have voices in the community. But we're talking about voter suppression by Governor Hogan. We're talking about voter suppression by Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake. We're talking about voter suppression from both parties because they don't want ex-felons to vote. They don't want the power for ex-felons to come back into existence. You feel me? This community is united, dog. Black, white, we got mass incarceration. If we got black people to join the Republican Party, if we got 20,000 ex-felons to join the Republican Party, that means you're going to have to talk about racism. That means you're going to have to talk about racism. You're going to have to talk about racism if you like it or not, because the movie going to come out. And I'm sending my stuff everywhere. I'm going to make Starbucks a partner in this conversation. You feel me? I'm going to be submitting this to Starbucks, to the media relations in Starbucks. I'm going to show them all the emails. I'm going to show you all the sent emails. And I got a lot of them. I got 1,500 sent emails. And we're going to play all the emails. And we're going to show you everything and everybody. Federal investigation, public notice, Al Redmer, Chief Justice Roberts. Oh yeah, let's play the Chief Justice Roberts. Yeah. Video evidence. Chief Justice Roberts. You see who that is? That's Senator James Broshini, because James Broshini got this, Bobby Zirkin got this, Sidnor got this, Conway got this, because I testified in front of the Judiciary Committees in Annapolis. I've been testifying in front of the Judiciary Committees in Annapolis for the last 6 years. All right? The toilet ain't nothing but a prop for a movie, and it's legally protected under the Constitution. Art, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. So like I said, this movie is going to hurt the Democratic Party in Maryland. Because like I said, I want a federal investigation. I want criminal charges filed against Scott Shellenberger. And when Scott Shellenberger get criminally charged, just like the Stop Snitching video, he going to snitch on the rest of the party. It's going to be called Operation Dominoes. And if you don't investigate, I'm going to keep shooting these movies and keep putting these toilets out. Somebody going to pick this story up sooner or later. Somebody going to pick this story up sooner or later. Because racism exists. And I'm coming after your money. I'm coming after your money. I'm going to change that $2.5 to $12 billion lawsuit. And I'm going to be filing that lawsuit real soon. Soon as Al Redmer gives me my claim, I'm going to file that class action lawsuit about mass incarceration in the prison industry. You feel me? I'm going to file that lawsuit again. And Marilyn Mosby, you're going to have to participate. You're going to have to turn over the evidence. You feel me? You're going to have to turn over the evidence. You feel me? Because I got mine all on tape. It's going to be your Watergate. So Karen York, Christopher Williams, all the people I came to speak to Annapolis in, I'm going to be at this event. I'm going to be at this event, and I'm going to bring my information with me. I'm going to bring the names of the black politicians that sold out black Baltimore. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to dare you to call me a liar. Tony Bridges used to work for Governor O'Malley in the Community Liaison Department. Tony Bridges been knowing about this for the longest. Kiefer Mitchell, Kurt Anderson. You feel me? I'm going to name you and dare you to say something about it. Matter of fact, I already showed the names, so we know what we're talking about. I'm going to show you the mail receipts. And I'm going to show you what being black and white America is. One cup at a time.